Hey folks, welcome to Hate to Be Grilling. Now tonight we're gonna stay here in the kitchen. We're gonna make us up some meatloaf. So let's get started. All right, first thing we're gonna do is take us a pretty deep mixing bowl. We're gonna add 1 pound of ground beef. All right, next we're gonna add half of a diced onion. Next we're gonna sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, followed by 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Next we're gonna add 1 egg. Next, we're gonna add 1 cup of breadcrumbs. We're gonna add 1/3 cup of cottage cheese. Now we're gonna add half a cup of barbecue sauce. All right, so what we're gonna do now that we got all those ingredients in here, we're gonna take our hands, we're just gonna mix this all in together. Get everything nice and incorporated, coated. All right, so now we got our little meatloaf pan here. I've already sprayed the bottom with some Pam. All right, so the last time I made meatloaf, a few people suggested that I take some bread and lay it down in the bottom of the pan to prevent or to soak up the grease, right? So we're gonna try that. Now what I'm gonna do, I got me a slice of bread here and I kind of peeled the crust off of it just that way it'd fit down in there flat. And so we're gonna give this technique a try. So now that we've got our bread in the bottom, our meatloaf mixture is all nice and mixed in together. All right, so now we're gonna take that mixture and we're gonna start adding it into our pan here. All right, so once we got it in our pan, we kind of worked it around, got it nice and formed out to the shape of the pan. All right, now we're gonna make our little mixture for the topping. We're gonna get us a 1/3 cup of ketchup. Add that into a mixing bowl. All right, next we're gonna add about half a tablespoon of Karo syrup. And we're just gonna mix that in together. Now that Karo, it's gonna help make that ketchup a little runnier, I guess. You don't wanna add so much syrup into it that it makes it absolutely runny, but just enough, kind of like Goldilocks, just right. So we're just gonna mix this in together. A half a tablespoon mixed in with a 1/3 cup ketchup seems to be a good combination. Then we're gonna take and pour this over our meatloaf. Get it all poured out on there. Then we can take our little spatula here and spread it out evenly over the meatloaf. Kind of work it in, get it as evenly as you can. I mean, it ain't got to be absolutely perfect. Just do the best you can do with it. All right, it's ready to go in the oven now. We're going to bake this at 350 degrees for 1 hour, uncovered. All right, folks, so we got about 30 minutes or so left on our meatloaf. So in the meantime, I've got 4 of these big old potatoes, and what we're going to do is we're going to peel these potatoes with our handy dandy little potato peeler. And I tell you what, I sure wish they'd had these when I was in the Army. Would have made KP duty a whole lot easier. All right, so we got our potatoes good and peeled, took them over to the sink, rinsed them off, patted them dry with a paper towel. So now we're just gonna cube these up, cut them up into small cubes, and I've got a pot of water going over a medium heat to start building up the heat. Now folks, we're about there on our potatoes. We're pretty close being good and fork tender. All right, the last time I did mashed potatoes, I got impatient and I called it good when the fork would just kind of barely go into it. This here goes pretty well through the cube potato with ease, so we're almost there. All right, folks, so our potatoes are, I think they're cooked perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with 2 tablespoons of butter, add that in here. And I don't have a measurement for this. All right, so I got what's left of this 16-ounce container of sour cream. Say there's probably maybe 1/3 of it left. Not a whole lot. I'm gonna add the sour cream in here. Then I'm gonna add me a little splash of milk into there. May come back with some more, I don't know. And we're gonna come in with our mixer here and we're just gonna start working this in together. Yeah. Potatoes are cooked perfect. Good cream in it. All right, I am gonna add me 2 more tablespoons of butter, and then we're gonna add in some salt, some pepper to taste, followed by salt, again, to taste. Now, because this is still pretty hot, you can see the steam coming off of it, I'm gonna add about a cup worth of shredded cheddar cheese. Now we're gonna run our mixer just a little bit longer. Let that cheese get good and blend it in with the potatoes. All right, we're gonna come in and start slicing our meatloaf. All right, here we go. Oh, she's falling apart a little bit, but looking good. All right, folks, so here's our meatloaf and our mashed potatoes. Now the meatloaf, it didn't stick together this time as well as it did last time. I think that could be because I used the breadcrumbs in the can rather than actual bread, maybe, I don't know. But it looks really good, and I'm ready for that all-important taste test. Ready. Dang, folks, that's good. That is good. Very good flavor. The onion diced up in there, that topping with the ketchup and the Karo syrup, very good. Mashed potatoes, oh, really good. So y'all please give this one a try. It's not the traditional quick meal. Takes a little bit, but so good, so worth the wait. So y'all please let me know what you think of the video. Y'all please like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.